Come on up. This is called the bridge in puppetry. Dreams. Okay, so here's your crash course. One finger holds the whole control. And then to move their hands, when you have two hands, you just grab these little bars.
But how did you get started working with puppets? Or
Well, that sounds like a press release. But
oh, sorry, but
but when I was 7, honestly, I was bothering my mother. She was making lunch. She said, go look at the encyclopedia set we bought. So I sat on the floor, opened up. I randomly plucked a volume. It turned out to be P. It fell open to puppets. I looked at this 2-page spread, and I thought, oh, that's what I'll do for the rest of my life. My mother called me for lunch, and that was it. The family joke for years was, why didn't it fall open to pediatrician or podiatrist or, you know, but it fell open to puppets. So, you know, what you hope for in a marionette is the Holy Trinity, that the machine will work well, and that it'll be an interesting character, and that the audience will relate to that character. So Schnitzel is all three of those. Because,
absolutely.
You know, his interaction is beyond me in a way.
Well, he breaks your heart so many times. For me, the show, well, centers around his ability to take you on this massive journey.
You know, for years, Wesley, I did theater thinking it was about the show on stage. You will watch the show. It's going to start here. It will end here. Don't you dare cough out there. I am supreme God. And I'm more interested in the audience as the central component of the theater-going experience now.
Yeah.
As a performer, it's reinvigorated me to wonder in the morning, who do I get to see tonight? So that is not something that I hear discussed in the theater a lot.
No.
By theater makers, especially devisers, they never consider the audience as the key element, and that's all I consider now.
Wow, wow. The transaction is almost like a financial one. You buy your ticket, and we've forgotten that you, the audience, have to connect here to get the most out of what you can give as well.
Well, in this form too, I make inanimate objects, put them on strings, waggle them around on stage and talk for them. That's as much life as I can give them. It's taken me decades to understand this, but theater really does happen in the meeting of that audience buying in emotionally and me giving authentically, so that something is made that's neither theirs nor mine, but it is the reason we are in the room together. And because we have a vessel to all focus on, then it makes this thing come alive. That's not voodoo, that's not magic, that's actually technique, you know, of how to communicate text and words to an audience through these things, how to hold their breath. They teach me in the moment how far we can go, how far we can go quiet, how boisterous it can be. And it changes every night.
The name Daisy Theatre, what's the reference there?
The reference there is during the Nazi occupation of Czechoslovakia during the Second World War, Joseph Skupa, who was a very famous puppeteer, and other puppeteers did underground illegal puppet shows. And they were called either forget-me-nots or daisies because of the myth that a daisy can grow in the dark. And over 100 Czech puppet theater workers were sent to the camps. So that's my homage, you know, and it's also, I think, certainly in these times, it's great to come into a darkened room and see a little hope.